My family are all Welsh. I'm the first, I'm afraid, non-Welsh speaking member of the family, but I grew up in London, went to school in East London, and then studied history at Oxford, where I also did my doctorate in modern German history. And then I had a number of different positions, starting off at Stirling in Scotland, and then I was Professor of European History at the University of East Anglia in Norwich, and moved then to Birkbeck University of London, which is London's college for mature part-time students. So all the teaching takes place there in the evenings, and I ended up being vice master and then acting master of the college. After that I moved to Cambridge as Professor of Modern History, and then as Regius Professor. I was very pleased to receive a knighthood in 2012 for services to scholarship. It's a process by which you get recommended through a series of committees, starting with the British Academy, which I'm a fellow of, and moving up through the various honours subcommittees and committees until you finally reach the point where it becomes real. I'm told it takes about 5 years. Well, of course, there are no typical days in a sense, but mostly I spend the day in Cambridge in my office at Wolfson College, and I have meetings there. I spend quite a bit of it writing history. It gives me the chance to research and write books. I'm currently writing The Penguin History of Europe, Volume 7, which is about the 19th century from 1815 to 1914. It's a large book. It'll be about 800 pages, I guess. I'm near the end of that. Every so often, twice a week in term time, and certainly I'm in London at Gresham College, either at meetings or dealing with business. And of course, there's quite a lot of email work and telephoning and so on that's involved with both the institutions I head up, Gresham College and Wolfson College, Cambridge. And then there seem to be quite a lot of lunches and dinners associated with the two sponsoring bodies of Gresham College, which are the Mercers Company and the City of London Corporation, which has sponsored the college since 1596. So there's quite a lot of socialising and getting to know the people who sponsor the college, and of course the same is true in Cambridge as well, where I mix with the students. Not really. If you want to write and research history, there are two ways of doing it. You can either do it as a freelance, which is incredibly difficult because you have to publish 3 or 4 books a year, or a string of massive bestsellers like Antony Beevor or Max Hastings, for example, or you become an academic. So for me, it was always history first, and I decided when I got first-class honours in history in Oxford, which of course I desperately wanted and worked very hard for, that I'd do a doctorate. And that was when I learned German and did German history. And then the question of what job to get, it seemed a natural thing to go for a lectureship somewhere and start teaching, researching and learning about universities.